This turned very interesting. What's up guys, Johnny here, and this is my birthday trip guys. I've taken you all the way here to St. Moritz in Switzerland for the ice events where they take these classic cars worth millions and they drive them around the frozen lake, what you can see going on right next to me here. While it's my birthday, obviously I like to reflect on absolutely everything that goes on. I like to reflect about how I got here in the first place. So I'm going to be giving you 3 tips that I stick by, that I have stuck by my entire life in order to get to where I am. Hopefully it's going to be useful for you too. So guys, tip number 1 is never get too comfortable. I've been in so many situations in the last 10 years probably where I've allowed myself to get a little bit too comfortable and it never ends well. Now this is good for if you're being successful or even unsuccessful. If you fuck everything up and you're in a real down streak, by getting too comfortable with that, you're allowing yourself to not have the momentum that you need in order to drive forward. On the flip side as well, when you get too comfortable with success, you stop wanting to build, you stop wanting to grow, and you lack being prepared for when things actually do go wrong. You always have to bear in mind that anything can change in the blink of an eye. Don't get too comfortable, stay nice and hungry, and make sure you are very switched on and aware that things can change and you need to be prepared for it at all times. You guys came from here as well, right?
Yeah, this is where we came.
Oh, it was so long.
He said he knew a shortcut. He took a shortcut and it ended up taking about...
That was the shortcut, right?
Yeah, it took about 45 minutes longer.
What are you having? Can you say?
Caesar salad, because we ate our body weight in pasta yesterday, and you got to do these things on a birthday. I'm 34 now officially, so I'm going to start my 34th year a little bit healthier with a Caesar salad. I actually smoked for quite a long time, to be honest with you, and it was always this dirty secret. My family are very, very against smoking, and my family actually found out when they watched Love Island, because I was on Love Island. I convinced myself that I wasn't going to smoke on the show, and literally like the first day, as soon as I got in there, I was so like anxious and stressed. I was just chain smoking for like 7 weeks on TV, and then I met Simone. Simone smoked as well.
Smoked a lot.
She smoked a lot, and we were pretty bad influence on each other. Then we decided we were going to stop smoking. Always found it pretty easy to stop them things, but a little bit more difficult for Simone.
I stopped instantly from one day to the other.
What I mean is that I can have a cheeky whatever every now and then, and it doesn't do anything to me. I'm just like, oh, that was nice. If she did it, it would be like opening the floodgates.
No, we tried one cigarette for some years ago and it was so gross, and I never ever had the will to like wanting to try it again because it was actually really disgusting.
Well, agree to disagree. I think she's got an addictive personality. She's a fiend.
Okay, wow. That's a bit much.
I'm just kidding. Number 2, my second tip is keep your circle small and understand who you're in business with. Choosing your business partners is very, very important. I've learned from my own mistakes in the past. I've gone into business with people that I thought could benefit me, even though I knew that I didn't fully align with them and our personalities clashed. It is a huge, huge, huge mistake to do something like this, because now, obviously, hindsight's a hell of a thing. Retrospectively, I'm able to actually look at some of these mishaps that have happened with business partners that I didn't get on with, and now I know that had I just listened to my gut feeling in the first place, not gone through with it, I would have saved myself a lot of time, and it would have saved me a lot of hassle down the line. But that kind of follows on as well to keep your circle small, understand who your real friends are. If you've ever had an inkling that people are friends with you for the wrong reasons, or they're bitching about you, or they don't have your best interest in mind, of course, that will always reflect. That's never going to change. Before I went on TV in 2017,
so we got Johnny Mitchell in to talk to us. Very good morning to you, Johnny.
Good morning.
I had a best friend at the time, and I always had a bit of a weird rivalry with him. There was always a little bit of competition, and I kind of always knew that he didn't have my best interests in mind. And then when I came off the show, there was like all these random stories in the press about me, things that people I don't think could have known or should have known, and it always baffled me. And in the end, I actually paid someone at the paper to let me know where the story had come from, and yeah, it was from my ex-best friend's email. So you got to live, you got to learn, you have to make mistakes, but yeah, I think the more that you focus on really getting things right the first time around, making sure you know who you can trust, making sure that you align personality-wise and vision-wise with the people that you're going to business with, it's going to save you a lot of problems. It's completely insane.
Just casually.
Married a lunatic. She'll be there for the next 10 minutes.
All okay?
Good, thank you.
Oh, that's good.
Johnny, what are you doing right now?
We are on the way to Zurich. We've booked a nice spa hotel. It's like a castle kind of vibe, just for our last night. We were going to do a bit longer. We were going to do the Italy trip, but I'm actually knackered, you know. I'm just at that sort of stage now where I'd rather be at home.
Because if we have a crash, you don't have the same impact like we have. That's why they actually recommend keeping children sitting backwards up until they're 4 to 5 years old.
Okay. 45?
Yeah, 45.
How many 45-year-old kids?
4 to 5.
Big kid.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm in that bracket, so...
We're literally taking a train in our car.
I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah.
It should be the fastest way, but we catch a little traffic. But it's okay because they put trains every 10-15 minutes, so it's okay.
Nice, okay. So, number 3 would be to try not to overcomplicate things. Sounds a little bit vague and wishy-washy, but if you're able to dissect that and apply it to whatever you're doing, it'll probably pay dividends for you in the long run. I'm going to relate it back to trading. By trying to over-diversify, by trying to learn everything, you're actually just making a never-ending learning process. You're going on a journey that actually never ends. It's much better to focus on what you're actually currently doing, you know, and try and narrow that window down, niche it down to as much as possible. And the reason for that is if you do try and learn everything, you are literally going to be learning forever. You're never going to fully do it, and if you try and understand too much, you're going to end up not understanding anything. Now, when I first started trading, I was living in Asia. I only used to trade the Asian markets. I used to trade there open every single morning, and I would only trade for a couple of different currency pairs, and I'd trade for like a 1-2 hour window in the morning. That was literally it. I didn't really, I ended up getting into news trading. That's how I made the bulk of my money. But when I first started learning, I just used to concentrate on that one small window, figure out how it worked, figure out how it reacted at certain times, how it reacted to certain things that went on in the world. And within a month, I felt like I knew probably 60 to 70% what it was going to do every single day. And 60-70% is very good odds for any trader. After another month, it's probably like an 80 to 85%. And once you know that window, it really is just a numbers game. You can up the leverage, you can up your risk, and you can place 2-3 trades a day that you know have an 80% probability of success, and you can make extremely good money just from that. Apply that to any walk of life you want. Overcomplicate things, over diversify, you'll end up just not being good at any of them, and you'll be spread way too thin.
Arrived in Zurich.
We've arrived in Zurich.
Finally, after
We've played all the Danish car games that you can imagine.
We haven't sung the car songs.
And we never will.
yeah, maybe in the next episode.
Yeah. Maybe you get yourself in check. Maybe you go get some therapy, and then we'll go back to car games.
What a holy grail.
Yeah. Just one room. Yeah, he was just.
I'm not staying home.
Just not. He's not staying. It's not real.
What happened?
I was shocked, but
So guys, thank you very much for watching and being a part of my birthday weekend trip here in Switzerland. It's been really good to have you guys along. Now obviously I picked out the most important 3 things, but there's so many more, of course. And me personally, I'm continuously learning and growing, and it's something that I really pride myself on, and I'm sure you guys are the same. So make sure you stick around, catch next week's episode, and if you're not already, hit the subscribe button and follow me on Instagram. Cheers guys.